Hello, we are live on YouTube. We're in a chat about travel bits and bobs. And yeah, we're going to talk about travel today. And I'm going to give you a question about travel. And I'd love to know one thing. Can you answer me in the comments if anyone's here? One person's here. Hello, whoever that is. Kaboki, Thandar's here as well. That's great. That's truly wonderful for me. I appreciate that. Where is the most picturesque, have I spelled that right, place that you have visited? Yo, many people here. Great to see you all. Someone's invisible as well. Picturesque. Yep, got it perfectly on the nail. Why are you sorry? Where's the most picturesque place that you have visited? I'd love to know. Tell me in the comments. You've never been abroad. It doesn't have to be abroad. It can be anywhere. So maybe it's your bedroom, or maybe it's somewhere a bit. Why are you embarrassed? Don't be embarrassed. You did great today, buddy. Really, really good. Your session on the Instagram live was really fantastic. So there's no need to be embarrassed at all, ever. There's 8 people in the room. That's really cool. It's great to see you all here. Today we're talking about travel, travel trip. And maybe we'll do a little section in the middle where I just give you some interesting phrases. That's good. It's in my country called Bagan. It's an ancient city. That sounds interesting. That's cool. I'd love to go there. Where's the most picturesque place you have ever visited? Or you have visited? I'd love to know. Tell me in the chat. Let's chat about it. Let's chat. But yeah, I'd love to know. There's so many beautiful places in the world. For me, the most beautiful place that I have ever visited is, well, there's so many in Japan I could pick, but I would probably say there's this castle in Lithuania that I went to, and it's not because it's super beautiful or anything. Well, it's super beautiful, but it's not just because of that. It's because, you know, when you go to a place like Lithuania, which is an old Soviet country, and a lot of the places, if you go to certain cities, it's really built up, lots of buildings, grey kind of areas, and then you have this beautiful place. You're just like, wow, you know. Singapore, good choice. The most picturesque place I visited was the farmland near my town in North India. That's fine. That's fine. Where I used to live was also very beautiful, so I can understand that. And the most beautiful place I ever visited is in your heart. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hello, Teacher Stu. Close. But many people call me Steve. I'm not really sure why, but yeah, no worries. Okay, that's great. So let's go on to some travel phrases. I'm just getting up my notes from earlier that I set down. We're going to start off with a phrasal verb. Let's do a phrasal verb. Make sure you press the like, the thumbs up, or whatever you call it. I don't know. But yeah. Hi, Yuki. Nice to see you here. Thank you for joining. I really appreciate you being here. Sorry, I've only just got back to your stuff. I've been so busy this week. So, I really apologize about that. What do you think this means? To drop off. Now, this has got a few different meanings, especially in terms of travel. We're speaking predominantly about travel here, okay, today. So we're going to start off with a phrasal verb because the last couple of weeks have been set out on idioms. So let's kind of stay away from there for a bit. And I think in next week we'll do a quiz here. So if you want to do, if you want to be part of the quiz, you're more than welcome to. But yeah, drop off. What do you think it means? Or can you give me any definition that you can think of? I'd love to know. Maybe we'll quickly head to Instagram, tell people that we're here so that they know. I've got a message from someone that distracted me. And let's go to here. Here we go. Drop off, to stay a while. That is a really good guess, Topoki. That's not the answer, unfortunately. Hello, I am on YouTube right now, and we're talking about travel. So to drop off, I visited a royal castle in Jaipur. Sorry if I've said that incorrectly. Maybe pronunciation is not so good. That was massive in size. Yeah, I've been to Taj Mahal. Also, it just grabs everyone's attention. Beauty of it, because during evening is marvelous. That sounds great. Really, really great. Guys, I'm on YouTube right now doing a live. If you're available, come across. We're talking about travel. And so the current phrasal verb I just put into the chat that we're going to guess about is drop off. So to drop off, what does that mean in terms of travel? If you don't know, my YouTube is Sensei English. So come find me and let's chat on that. So to drop someone in one place, that's a good one. That is one. Yeah, for sure. To drop someone in one place. That's great, Topoki. Nice job. To decrease. It does mean to decrease, but we're talking about travel. So unfortunately, drop off, in that case, whilst it's correct, it doesn't fit the topic. So yeah, come find us. We're on YouTube right now having a chat. So yeah, hi Gene, nice to see you. So yeah, I'm going to give you the answer in 3, 2, 1. To drop off something, there's two meanings we could have. We can have to drop off someone, for example, drop them off at the airport. That's fine, which is what Topoki said, which is great. Nice job. And then the other one is to drop off your bags. Maybe you drop your bags off at the check-in desk, at the check-in counter. So that's the other way we could use it. So it could be used for things or it could be used for people. But basically, something is delivered somewhere is the basic definition we can say for that one. So we're going to be to discharge a person. Yeah, kind of. So we're going to be going through more of these things on YouTube. So come join us, Stu Sensei English on YouTube. Hopefully see you there. Ciao. Oh no, Gene, that sucks. That really sucks. I'm super sad to hear that. I hope you're okay. That is a very unfortunate situation, and I hope that everyone involved is all right and that your family is good during this tough time. Hello, thank you for joining, guys. So we've just done to drop off. And then I'd love to know, I'm going to ask you a question right now. What is the most essential thing that you take with you on holiday? What do you think? What is the most essential thing that you take with you on holiday? Tell me in the comments. I'd love to know. What do you think? What is the most essential thing that you take with you on holiday? Phone. Phone's a good shout. Underwear. Underwear is very important, isn't it? Don't forget your underwear when you're on holiday, okay, guys? If you're walking around naked, this is a slight problem. Maybe you won't be able to continue on your journey wherever you are. Okay. Cell phone, underwear, camera. Camera is important, isn't it? Because we definitely do need to take our camera and our phone with us. Google Maps, yeah. Duffel bag, that's great vocabulary there. Nice job with that one. Do you know knapsack? You could say knapsack. Or you could say fanny pack. Have you ever heard of this one? Fanny pack is something that goes around just your waist, or it's also called bum bag. This thing that goes around your waist that you unzip has your bits and bobs in. So yeah, that's another one. My phone and camera to save my memories. Money. You're the first person to say that, and that is a very good thing. If you don't take money on holiday, you're in a bit of trouble, guys, okay? I'm not going to lie to you. Okay, let's go into the next one. A toothbrush. Toothbrush is important. Did you know that an apple, though, is nature's version of a toothbrush? It's true. Research it. I don't know why. I have feelings, Stu. I never want to kick you off, buddy, at all. Just the time ran out. Okay, so what do you think it means to travel on a shoestring? Travel on a shoestring. There is one more word involved in this, but I didn't want to give it because I want to see if you can work it out from just that bit. But the other word kind of gives it away. But what do you think it means to travel on a shoestring? To travel on a shoestring. Have you ever traveled on a shoestring? Travel suddenly? That's a great guess. That's a really good guess. What else could it be? What do you think? Sounds strange, doesn't it? Travel on a shoestring. An unexpected holiday. That's a good guess. So I'm going to give you the extra word. The extra word is very important. Travel on a shoestring budget. Tight-fisted is a great piece of vocabulary. Nice job, madame. Travel on a shoestring budget. Like a backpacker. Beats me. That's nice vocab as well. I like that. Travel on a shoestring budget. It means traveling on a low budget. Madame's got it. That's right. It's like to not spend much money or try to keep it as cheap as possible. Yeah, cheap. That's right. Cheap. So it's a very important one, especially if you're a backpacker like Topoki mentioned. It's true. It is true, 100%. That's a good one. And on that note, I'd love to know, have you ever stayed in a hostel? Have you ever stayed in a hostel? What do you think? Was hostel fun? Is a hostel fun to stay in? I wonder. What do you think, guys? You have? How was it? How was your time in this hostel? I've stayed in a few. Personally, I've had no issues, but I know some people do have problems when they stay in hostels. Me, I've never had a problem. You've stayed in one? Sometimes it's good. I prefer a 5-star hotel as well. 5-star hotel sounds good to me. You always stay in a relative's house or a monastery. That's amazingly interesting. Capsule hotel. I've been in one of those. It's very tight space, but it's very comfortable. It feels a bit weird, but yeah, it's cool. It is cool. It's cheap, but one have to be less extravagant to stay in a hostel. For sure. I think it depends, like, how you've traveled before, to be honest with you. Like, I grew up in a generation of people going on gap years and staying hostels was a regular thing. And then whenever I traveled, I pretty much tried to find the cheapest accommodation as possible so I could enjoy the country that I was in as much as possible. But that doesn't mean I always stayed in a hostel. If I was with a group of friends, we would stay in a hostel. If I was with a partner, we wouldn't stay in a hostel. We'd stay in a hotel. I think that it's a bit cheap if you're with your partner and you stay in a hostel, but it depends on your situation. I prefer that's kind of intrusive, that space. So when you're with your partner, it's a little tough to do, I think, you know. Okay, how about if I said to you, carry on luggage? What does it mean to you? Carry on luggage. reading the reviews to anything you do is very important. Because you're a single traveler, hostels is a great idea. I agree. And you can meet some great people. That's the best part about it. You can meet so many great people in hostels and different places, and have the opportunity to, you know, have the opportunity to meet different cultures and talk about different things. It's great. Be ready to compromise your lavish way of living when you stay in a hostel. 100%. Like, we're really privileged these days. I think most people are, and we can breathe and we can get food, and we don't really have to live with multiple people in most circumstances, unless you made a family. Obviously, that's a different situation. So I think hostel is a bit different, isn't it, to our usual way of life. But when you're younger and you're in university, you are commonly with lots of people, you know, and you're kind of used to that. So that's why I think so many young people go on gap year holidays. Gap year is a good terminology as well. A gap year is like a year out from, usually down in between studying at school and then going to university is your gap year. You go to like a faraway place. It's very popular in the West. Carry on luggage to lift your stuff. It's not, and it's a very important one. So if you're not sure what carry on luggage is, this is probably the most important phrase for today. Thumbs up would be great. I'm sure it helps in some way, shape or form, but I haven't quite worked out how. But I appreciate it anyway, obviously, but I'm not sure how it works with in terms of the platform. But yeah, carry on luggage. Carry on luggage, very useful terminology. And carry on luggage refers to, I'm going to write this one down for you. Carry on luggage refers to the luggage that you take on the plane. So you know you're allowed to take a bag. A gap year is to skip 1 year, basically, yeah. Luggage that you take on a plane. So you know you're allowed a bag, and it must be lower than 5 kilos or something like that, and you shouldn't take any water or anything like that unless you bought it after the area where they check all of your stuff. That's your carry-on luggage. That's the one piece of luggage you take on the plane with you, and it's very important to remember this phrase, because you will be asked about it at some point. Have you been on a plane? You probably have carried on some luggage, unless you took nothing with you. If you've been on a plane, you have almost definitely taken carry-on luggage on. Handbag or a small bag can be taken on a flight less than 7 kilos. There you go. I didn't know the exact specifics. 5 kilos is pretty good guess, but yeah, 7 kilos. I think it depends on the airline company as well, doesn't it? But yeah, but that's really useful terminology, that one. And then the next one, then I'm going to have to ask you if you know what the overhead compartment is. What is an overhead compartment? Again, this is useful plain vocabulary we're talking about here. These two. So we have carry-on luggage, overhead compartment. What do you think it means? You will need to know this one piece of terminology as well. Varies with airlines and class. 100% class as well. Yeah, I forgot about that. Whatever class you stay in. So that's why, Thunder. Hopefully you will when you go to Canada. Yeah? Fingers crossed. But yeah, overhead compartment. What do you mean? What does it mean? Upper space? Maybe. Outer space? But this is, again, the part that you'll find when you're on the plane. The overhead compartment. That is usually where you store your carry-on luggage. There's like a thing that's just above your head, literally overhead. And that thing that you pull down and the luggage falls in your face, maybe sometimes. So it's a place where you can store your carry-on luggage. Yeah. So that's really useful terminology as well. That's okay. If you haven't been on a plane, that's fine. There's plenty of time, guys. Plenty of time. Yeah, luggage storage above your seats. That's right, you got it. Okay then, so how about some hotel vocabulary then? I've got to really rack my brains for this. I didn't prepare for it, but I used to manage a hotel, so I should know some stuff. How about, well, first, let's ask a question so I can have a bit of thinking time. I'd love to know, where is the worst place you have ever visited? It's the worst place. I should say, what's the worst place? What's the worst place you have ever visited? I'd love to know, guys. Tell me in the comments. Give me a bit of thinking time for some hotel vocabulary, because this will be useful as well. We all have to go to hotels or hostels, and we need to know certain terms when we're there. We're really hitting the vocabulary button here today, but usual vocabulary you'll hear. What's the worst place you have ever visited? For me, the worst place will have to have been, I don't think there's been many, to be honest with you. I've been to bad restaurants or something like this. But I just don't go back there again. Hiya, Richie. Jerusalem pub in Nottingham. Never heard of it. What was wrong with it? Your toilet? Need to get clean in Tabocchi. Yeah. Worst thing is I haven't visited many places. That's okay. No worries. There's plenty of time to visit more places in the future. It can include places in your town. It can include places in your town. I went to Delhi for a government exam. The examination center was close to a dumping ground. There was a mountain of rubbish. Oh dear. So that couldn't have been helpful during the exam if you could smell that. You could say it was a rubbish place. No, don't say that. That's a bad joke. Okay. How about, what does this mean? So you might, oh yeah, station toilets suck. Usually. In Japan, they're actually pretty good though. All-inclusive. What do you think all-inclusive is? This is useful terminology you might need to know. All-inclusive. What does it mean? What can it mean? All-inclusive. Do you know? What do you think? All-inclusive. We're talking about hotels now. All included in the price, all inclusive, everything included. No, says Sander. No, it's not allowed. All inclusive. So actually, you both got it correct. It does mean everything is included in the price. That's right. Especially referring to food. Now, it doesn't mean that all drinks are included in the price, but it does mean that food is included for all of your main meals. So yeah, includes the room and the food usually, and it can include drinks, but not always. Okay, how about this then? What does adjoining rooms mean? Adjoining rooms. What do you think? An adjoining room or adjoining rooms? I'd love to know. Share rooms? Not quite. Nice guess. Adjoining rooms. Two rooms having a common bathroom. Oh, that's close. Not quite though. But you call that that bathroom that has a, well, when there's a common bathroom, you can say the two rooms have a shared bathroom. Shared bathroom. So that's a very common phrase you will hear though. So adjoining rooms. Master room, it's not master room. Sleep together in a big room? Unfortunately not. No. Who are you sleeping with, Taboki, in this big room? So adjoining rooms is this. You might find it in some hotels. I don't know how common it is these days, though. Adjoining rooms are two rooms that are connected by a door. So if you're in a big family, and it happens quite a lot, where there's like a twin room, which is two single beds. A twin room is two single beds, and then a double room. They're connected by one door, but they're two separate rooms. So if the big family comes in, they can have the kids in one room, and then the mum and dad can be in a different room. You could kind of say it's like an apartment, but it isn't, because they're two separate rooms technically. So it's just called an adjoin. It's a room, and it has an adjoining room. Okay, and how about complimentary breakfast? Complimentary breakfast. What do you think that means? Complimentary breakfast. Yeah, no worries. These are actually, today it feels weird me even doing this, but usually we do idioms and phrasal verbs. This is just like regular hotel vocabulary, but if you haven't been abroad, I realized today that probably no one's heard of most of this random terminology. You've heard that one before. Free breakfast. Hotel with breakfast. Interesting. Very, very interesting. I'm going to tell you the answer in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's a free breakfast. You got it. Complimentary breakfast means it's something. Complimentary usually means something for free or something's been given to you. You can say on the house. So that's a nice piece of vocabulary that you can. Oh, we've got 3 minutes left here. So on the house, I'm going to add this one in. The price of breakfast gets covered by the room price. Complimentary breakfast. You got it. That's really nice, Malan. Nice job. On the house means that it's paid by the company that you've gone to, the hotel or the company. Not as in if you've gone on a company trip and the company pays for something. That is not necessarily on the house. On the house refers to the actual place you go to, maybe a pub, restaurant, hotel that you're visiting, and they give you something for free. They might say it's on the house. It's paid for by that company. But that's a really nice. The beer's on the house. Yeah, exactly. Yo, Hannah, is that you? Great to see you. You have a different picture each time, so I have to kind of be like, is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Okay, nice job. What is a vacancy? Okay, that's, if you don't know what that is, because that could be quite a random word. What's a vacancy? If someone gets it straight away, then we'll move on to the next one. What's a vacancy? No worries. Thanks for joining, buddy. I really appreciate you being here. A vacancy. It's not a holiday. Nice try. Not a job, but you can get job vacancies. It could be an empty seat. Empty designation. That's really nice. It is, yeah. So a vacancy or something that is vacant means that nobody's there. But in terms of hotels, it refers to a room, an empty room. So if a hotel says it has a vacancy, you might hear that if you ring up the receptionist. That means there's a place where you can go to for the night, an empty room. Oh, I put a 7 on the end. Room 7's empty, guys, if you want to go. And then our last one. I'm sorry, we have no vacancies. Yeah, IES on the end, but yes, you got it. And the last one, probably the least important of all of them, but what's a kitchenette? A kitchenette. And then we're going to go after this. Room number 13. it's rare you find room number 13 in England because of the bad luck associated with the number 13. And in Japan, it's also rare that you find, it's not rare, but it's kind of rare. I think it's at 4 and 9. Rooms with 4 and 9 usually are not. Can't remember. But yeah. So, the shared kitchen. 4 and 9 are bad. So 4 is she, and I think that was associated with death because of shinderu. And then 9, ku. I'm not sure why 9. I have to research that one again. A kitchenette is a small fridge and cooking area. Yeah, it's to do with death, basically. Both of them are to do with death, but I can't remember why ku. Q. And then I'm going to give you one last one because I just thought of it. What is a mini bar? What do you think a mini bar is? It's a very, very small bar that very small people go to now. What is a mini bar? I'm just writing the answer. For make drinks, alcohol, small fridge, sell beer. A bar is somewhere where you buy alcohol, yes. But a mini bar is a little different. Small fridge in a room with sweets, cola. I've never been to a bar, that's fine. It's associated with hotel, this one. And it's, I'm going to add, because you've also added a great word there for me, which is the snacks part, which I wasn't even thinking about. But yes, it is. A mini bar is a fridge in your room containing drinks and snacks. Where are you from? Is there anything else you do except teaching? No, I just teach. That's all I do. I'm programmed to teach like a robot for 24/7. That's why you never stop seeing me everywhere. No, I do literally do just teach, to be honest, but just because I actually enjoy it and I really have fun teaching people. But I also, obviously I have hobbies and stuff. I have a family, so I spend time with them. But yeah, basically teaching is the most important thing for me, to help people in some way. But unfortunately, I have to stop helping you right now because I'm about to go off of YouTube and go to Hello and continue there with whatever question I put in the thing today, which I can't remember. Great job, Stu. Nice work. But yes, I will be over on Hello now. Something to do with teaching. Something to do with, I have to double check. My memory is pretty poor. The question today on Hello to start the conversation is, can you fall in love with traveling? With traveling. So that's what we're going to talk about on Hello. Hopefully I'll see some of you there. And I really wish you all have a wonderful day, morning, evening, or afternoon, whatever it is for you. And yes, love you lots. I'll see you soon, yeah. Ciao. How do you stop this?